Attention passionate Dallas Cowboys fans. Latest news. Something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another championship run. A power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 8,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Dallas Cowboys fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, we're living in interesting times for the Dallas Cowboys. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape, you know that the NFC East is as competitive as ever, and the Cowboys are right in the thick of it. But there is a lot of chatter lately that could shake up the entire division. And I mean big game-changing news. And no, I am not just talking about the usual off-season rumors or draft buzz. I am talking about a potential coaching legend returning to the team, a guy who has already etched his name in Cowboys history and who could quite possibly redefine what success means for America's team in the coming years. That's right. I am talking about Dan Sanders, aka Coach Prime, and the possibility that he might be making his way back to Dallas, but this time not as a Hall of Fame quarterback, but as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Let us set the stage for a moment. The Cowboys, as we all know, are at a bit of a crossroads. The roster, while talented, has some glaring holes. Their defense, which was supposed to be a strength, has shown vulnerabilities, especially without Micah Parsons producing at his usual elite level. The offense, led by Dak Prescott, has been inconsistent at times, and there is an ongoing debate about whether the current coaching staff can truly get the most out of this talented roster. And let us be honest, the NFC East is brutal. The Eagles, Commanders, and Giants are all pushing hard, making it incredibly tough for any team to rack up double-digit wins, season after season. Now, this is where things get really interesting. The recent reports, which have been buzzing around NFL circles, suggest that the Cowboys might be considering a major shakeup if this season doesn't go according to plan. And that shakeup could involve bringing back a legendary figure, someone who is not only a Cowboys alumni but also a proven winner, a charismatic leader, and a guy who can inspire players and fans alike. I am talking about Deion Sanders. Dean, affectionately known as Coach Prime, has a history with Dallas. He played for the Cowboys from 1995 until 1999, winning a Super Bowl ring during his tenure. His impact on the team was immediate and magnetic. He brought swagger, confidence, and a winning attitude that resonated with fans and teammates alike. And let us be honest, his personality is larger than life. The energy, the charisma, the ability to connect with players. All of these traits made him a fan favorite during his playing days, and they could make him an even bigger star if he returns as head coach. Recently, reports confirmed that Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones reached out to Sanders after the head coaching vacancy opened up following the departure of Mike McCarthy. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this just speculation, or is there real substance behind these rumors? Well, Sanders himself described the call as intriguing and delightful, which in the NFL world is basically a green light to keep an eye on this story. It has not a confirmation, but it is enough to keep fans speculating and dreaming about the possibilities. What makes this potential return so fascinating is not just the history, but the timing. Sanders has been making waves in college football as the head coach of Colorado, where he has turned the program into a national sensation. He has been signing high-profile recruits, winning games, and showing that he has not just a Hall of Fame player, he has a top-tier coach. His recent contract with Colorado is worth around $54 million over 5 years, making him one of college football's highest-paid coaches. That is no small feat, and it shows how seriously his coaching skills are being taken at the collegiate level. But here's the twist. Sanders has also spoken openly about his emotional struggles, particularly the loss of his son, Shedeur Sanders, who was a talented quarterback at Colorado and is now with the Cleveland Browns. Sanders has shared that losing Shedeur has been a profound experience, but it has also led to a deepening of his roster-building efforts at Colorado. He has mentioned that the dual role of coach and father has been emotionally challenging but also rewarding, and that the future might hold some interesting choices. This is where the financial aspect comes into play. Sanders' current contract at Colorado includes a buyout clause that decreases over time. As of early 2025, the buyout was around $8 million, but it is set to decline further, reaching just $3 million by 2029. This flexibility means that if Sanders chooses to leave after Shador's departure, or if the opportunity with Dallas presents itself. The financial barrier isn't too insurmountable, especially considering the potential for a high-profile NFL gig, which would be a step up in terms of prestige, influence, and of course, compensation. Now, let us talk about what this means for the Cowboys. They recently hired Brian Schottenheimer as their new offensive coordinator, and he has a solid, experienced coach. But the head coaching position is still a question mark. Will they stick with Schottenheimer if things don't improve, or will they pull the trigger and look for someone with Sanders' charisma and proven leadership? With the NFL coaching carousel always spinning, this scenario isn't impossible. In fact, it is plausible enough that fans should be paying close attention. And here's the thing, Sanders' return to the NFL, especially to a franchise where he has already made history, could be transformative. It is not just about X's and O's. It is about culture, motivation, and that intangible factor that only a leader like Deion can bring. Fans remember his days on the field, his confidence, his showmanship. Now imagine that energy fueling a team hungry for a championship. The Cowboys have been close in recent years, but they've often fallen short in key moments. Bringing Sanders back could be the spark that pushes them over the edge. That instills a winning mentality in a roster that has teeming with talent but sometimes lacking consistency. But let us not forget the bigger picture. For Sanders, this move isn't just about coaching. It has about legacy, family, and the next chapter in his remarkable story. His comments about coaching his sons in the NFL have caught many off guard. Shedeur Sanders, as I mentioned, is currently a third-string quarterback for the Browns behind veteran Joe Flacco, which says a lot about how NFL teams see him right now. But Sanders has expressed a desire to coach his sons, and that could be a huge motivating factor in his decision-making process. If the opportunity aligns with his family's needs and ambitions, it might be enough to make the leap. Yet, there are hurdles. The financial aspect is significant, the buyout, the costs involved for Dallas, and the logistics of reshaping a team that has been under the coaching microscope for quite some time. Also, the emotional weight of leaving Colorado, especially after the success he has enjoyed there, can be underestimated. Despite the challenges, the story of Deion Sanders potentially returning to the NFL as a head coach is one of the most compelling narratives in football today. It asks about a legendary player turning into a legendary coach and how that could reshape the NFC East landscape. So, what does this all mean for the Dallas Cowboys? Well, it means they're at a pivotal juncture. They have the talent to contend, but they need the right leadership to push them over the top. Sanders could be that guy. He has a proven winner, a motivator, and someone who understands what it takes to succeed at the highest level. If he does come back, it might not just be a splashy hiring, it could be the start of a new era. One where the Cowboys finally find that missing ingredient to become perennial contenders. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What is your take on this? Do you believe Deion Sanders is the right fit for Dallas? Could he bring that championship mindset the team desperately needs? Or do you think it has just wishful thinking and that the Cowboys should stick with their current coaching staff? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. We all in this together, and I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. Remember, this isn't just about one coach or one season. It asks about a franchise with a storied history, a passionate fan base, and a never-say-die attitude. Whether Deion Sanders returns to Dallas or not, one thing is clear. The NFL landscape is shifting, and the Cowboys are right in the middle of it. Thanks for joining me today. And as always, stay passionate, stay loyal, and let us keep this Cowboy spirit alive.